Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm showing you my January Shop My Stash items. Sometimes I take you guys around to my collection, but I already picked my things out already. So, it being the 8th of January, so I've already been using everything. And to be honest with you, December going into January with all the different things, I just couldn't get it together to like sit down and like pick things out on camera. I just kind of wanted to dive right in. So I already have everything picked out sitting here on my left. Usually I do a recap of the month before and how I felt about the products. Am I getting rid of anything like illuminating that I feel like I want to share with you guys? I'll go over that. And of course I'll leave a timestamp if you're just interested in the stuff I picked out for this month. But just wanted to clear that up real quick. All right, so these are all the products that I pulled in December. I did a little bit of a blue, silvery gray type of eye situation. And I really have been loving this NYX Tin eyeshadow. It's cracked in half, as you can see. But yeah, I really have loved using that. And it's been a really long time since I've actually used a silver like this that consistently. This one doesn't pull as much purple as other silvers I've used, and I kind of prefer that. I really loved actually this eyeshadow by Bare Minerals. This is called Gracious. I know it's not like a super trendy brand and formula like to have these loose shadows, but I gotta give credit where credit's due. Like, this stuff is awesome. I really, really love this color. Kind of like a teal type of silvery color, and that's kind of how it comes off on me. And I've just really been liking it. I know they're not exactly the neatest to work with. I still like them. I enjoy putting them on. So as much as I say I want to get rid of all my mineral shadows, whenever I use them, I just always enjoy them every time. So I have them for a reason, I guess. I did pull in this Ulta shade in Soiree. I don't typically pull in like pink lip colors during this time of the year because I don't know, like my brain, my strange brain likes to compartmentalize colors for certain times of the year, and I decided I'm gonna stop doing that. Like saying, oh, I only wear pink in March, April, and May. Like, that's so dumb. Like, not that I do that like with every single lipstick, but it's like if I really like a lipstick, I'm gonna pull it out and use it whenever. I've really enjoyed using all of these for the most part. Wet n Wild's Bare It All. So this shade in particular makes my lips look pretty full. I just find that really interesting. And I'm not someone who's like trying to be having bigger lips either. Like, I already kind of have like bigger lips, I guess. But I just thought that was interesting to note. That there's definitely that effect. These blushes right here, I was kind of unsure if I still liked them. This one is NYX Dusty Rose, even though it is a little bit more pigmented, which most people like when things are really pigmented, but I think when it comes to blush for me, it's like, it depends. Sometimes it's nice to have a little bit more pigmentation when it comes to, filming, just being on Zoom, because I'm on Zoom quite often. So I quite enjoyed using that. The very popular Luminoso shade by Milani. I've quite enjoyed using this too. I didn't have a reason to not like using it. I don't know what else to say about that. And here I have these 3 palettes. All 3 of these were actually gifted to me on different Christmases. Like, these 2 I got together in a set. And this I got like the Christmas before that, I think. My sister-in-law, like, both of them know that I like makeup, and I've been holding on to them. I brought this in mainly for the bronzer because I don't really use these 3 shadows because I already have these 3 in the Chocolate Bar palette, so that's really not why I use it. Not crazy about this highlighter though. So for reference, Chocolate Soleil bronzer and the Snow Bunny bronzer. I mean, you could probably top blushes with it, but I kind of feel like I already have enough products that do that. So really, I'm only keeping this for the bronzer at this point. These 2 I only brought in for the highlighter in this palette and the bronzer in this palette, both of which I do really like. And I like the eyeshadows a lot too, but again, the focus here was these 2. So these are really nice. Like, I know that Too Faced especially, like their holiday sets don't get like a lot of love, and I get that. I don't buy them myself personally, but for, having received these as a gift, I've enjoyed them. So used everything a good enough amount, at least 5 times each. And I really liked everything. There's nothing I want to declutter. Really enjoyed that I got to play around with some blue shades and even just like a shade that I don't normally get to wear a lot during this time of year. Quite happy with the products I picked out last month. So I pulled out the Tartelette in Bloom palette to use. It's been a really, really long time since I've used this because I've just been circulating through everything and I don't have a lot of palettes, but I'm sure we're all familiar with this palette. Just a bunch of neutrals, but I really like this palette a lot. I just love the variety of like shimmers and mattes, and I just think it's very easy to use because of the color story. In particular, I really love the sparklier shadow. Funny is really good. Firecracker are my favorites. I like this one as well. So I definitely love this palette for the shimmery shades. And I also love the dark colors for like eyeliner. If I want to do a smoky look, I love that too. So it's a really easy palette for me to use. I have the e.l.f. Smudge Pot in Brownie Points. This reminds me a little bit of the MAC paint pots a little bit just because of the formula. Really, really like this eyeshadow. I don't get to use it enough for some reason. And it's really pretty. It's like a one eyeshadow look. You just kind of throw it on your lid and blend it out a little bit. Stays on all day. Really pretty metallic-y brown deep copper shade. Really easy to use. You can just like really just throw it on and call it a day. I really like it. Overall, I just want to get more use out of this because it is such a nice eyeshadow and I've had it forever, and it's not like drying out either, which is really cool because sometimes these can dry out really quickly, or you know how cream products get. So but that's held up pretty well. This Bare Essentials eyeshadow, this is called Soul Sister. I could wet it and use my glitter primer, but without the primer it looks just like this purple with a little bit of the copper color mixed in with it. It's really, really pretty. This limited edition from back in the day eyeshadow from MAC. I actually used my randomizer app to pick this shadow for me because I had a bunch of MAC shadows that I hadn't used in a while, but I wasn't sure which one to bring in. This is called Femme Fee, by the way. So it looks like that. And at first, when I used my randomizer app to help me pick this out, I was kind of not disappointed, but I was like, this has like a pale shade in it already, shades that are kind of similar. And I was like, I don't know, but I'm glad it picked it out because I forget how much I really like this and comes off really, really nice on my skin. It's not one of those shades that I'm like, ooh, I want to pick that out. You know what I mean? So shop my stash, telling you. I'm really trying to use that app that randomizes things. I really want to use that more. Let's move on. All right, so I have this Urban Decay eyeshadow in AC/DC, and I received this free from Ulta for a birthday present. Silver and a little bit grayish purple. Looks just almost like a neutral kind of color, you know, like a gray almost. So it works. I have not used this NYX glitter at all. Like I used it for a wedding like 2 or 3 years ago or something, and I think it was 3 years ago, and I haven't used it since. So I was like, all right, we're gonna play with this month. I don't even care if it looks over the top. Maybe it won't even. It probably will just look like, you know, a little bit of glimmer or something. But I really want to use this glitter. It's the NYX Face and Body glitter in the shade Bronze. And I wouldn't use this anywhere but on my eyelids because I'm not really like a body glitter kind of person. In case you didn't tell with my like very dark serious looking turtleneck. Yeah, like I'm not sure if I give off that vibe or not, but today I'm definitely not giving off like the glitter bomb vibe. But yeah, I want to play with this on my eyelids a little bit more and give it some more love because I literally only used this like one time in my whole life, so maybe twice. So let's play around with this a little bit this month. For eyeliner, I have this older, and you can tell because it's like cracked in the middle, but it still works. This older MAC eyeliner in the shade Nonconformist. It's kind of awkward to swatch, but purplish type of eyeliner. I haven't used this in a really long time as well. That's kind of the theme here. It's funny that there's a crack in the middle because it's still creamy. Like usually when it has a crack in the middle, it's like very dry, but this one still has some good life in it. So I tried it the other day and it worked pretty well. And another eyeliner that I picked out was this Esquito black eyeliner. It's just a basic gel eyeliner. It's nothing really special. I got this for free a couple years ago when I used to like have a little tiny blog, and they were gracious enough to send me this eyeliner. Nice little gel product. I think I'm wearing it today, actually. It's just a basic one, but I do enjoy it, so I want to get more use out of that. For lip products, I'm bringing in the Bare Minerals, a matte lipstick. I think it's like the Gen Nude line. Got this for free for my birthday as well. I got to pick out the shade, but this was a pretty nice free birthday gift from Bare Minerals. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. And 2 or 3 years might sound a little old for a liquid lipstick, but the quality's still pretty good, and I love this color. This is a, you know, a rosier kind of pink, but it's not a dark rosy pink. It's a little bit brighter than that. It's just really, really pretty. And again, not something I would think to use this time of the year, but I'm pulling this guy out because it's beautiful. It's brighter than a nude, but it's not overbearing. It's just like, I love it. It's one of my favorite lipsticks in my collection. And same thing with this. Sephora gave this out as a birthday gift too. I'm realizing that a lot of stuff this month is like from birthday presents from stores, like really weird. But this Tarte lip paint in the shade Birthday Suit, I really, really like this color. But It's just a really pretty nude that kind of neutralizes my lip tone, and it's a little bit pinky, which I prefer pinkier nudes over browner nudes. So I don't think they make this. I was gonna buy the full size of this, and maybe I should have, like, when I had the opportunity to, but I let it go. I probably have something already similar, so it's probably better off that I didn't buy it, but I don't think they make it anymore. But it is just like one of my favorite products ever. I love this color. And I don't know how much is really left in here, because you know how these little guys go and like everything's stuck to the wall. You don't really know how much is left. But I'm gonna keep plugging away with this because it's been forever, because I've been so scared to use it, because not scared, but I've been so like hesitant to use it because there's so little of it left. You know how it goes, guys. So pulling that one out. I'm also using this Lipstick Queen lipstick, the only lipstick I have by this brand. This is the shade called Berry Sinner, and it is a vampier color, very pigmented, and definitely has a brown maroon vampy vibe to it. And if you sheer it out, it does look more red. So there's that, but it is definitely a statement lipstick. I think I wore it the other day and my husband was like, wow, you have dark lips. I don't know if that was a compliment or not, but he noticed it. So I was like, okay, but I like it. I think it's really like a fun statement bold color. One of my favorite colors in my collection that I just didn't really get to wear last month or the month before that. So this is the month for it. So I'm really excited to pull this really cool color in. I love it. See, for brow products this month, I want to get more use out of this NYX eyebrow cake powder, and it's pretty much like an eyeshadow. There's pigment there, but it doesn't go on as harsh, so I can really appreciate that sometimes. And you can build it up. These brow pencils or brow pomades can get a little, you kind of have to watch yourself a little bit more. Not that it's like that serious, but you know what I mean? Like, these are just a lot easier, in my opinion. The Ulta Brow Tint in Deep. This is just one of those brow gels. And I think it's depositing product, but it's hard to tell. Maybe that's a sign that there's not a lot left in here. I like it just for simple brows. Like, I'm wearing it today and just this, so it's easy. It's definitely even easier than using a powder, using one of these, you know, for like just getting a little bit of color on there and just taming them. That's kind of why I like using brow tints like this. Had this for a little bit now, and I don't think there's a ton left, but that's the thing with this. It's kind of like mascara. Like, you just don't know. You're kind of just going with it until you feel like there's actually nothing being put on your brows. So that's what we're kind of doing here. I'm going to keep using it. So for bronzer, the mini Marc Jacobs bronzer in the shade Tantastic. I just purchased this last month in a little, like, it's like a little travel size of this and the mascara that they have, the Velvet Noir. Yeah, so far I like it. It's a lot more subtle than other bronzers that I have, so it's not like heavy pigmentation. At least this shade isn't on my skin tone, but it is very nice and smooth. So it's probably the smoothest bronzer I own, but definitely easy to put on because it's not as pigmented. So far I really like it. It's very natural looking, so there's that. Really excited to keep using this product. So these are all the new products that I'm bringing in for the month. In addition, I am using my Project Pan stuff, not bringing in any foundations, because I keep the same foundations pretty much every single month, and I don't have a lot of them, so that stays the same. Concealers stay the same, and if there's a category that I didn't mention, it's probably because there's nothing new that I'm pulling in for those categories anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you consider liking and subscribing. Bye, guys.